everybody. Welcome to Slogan's Rock and Metal Extravaganza. We're here today to celebrate Ernesto's belated birthday. It was his birthday on Tuesday. He wasn't available then, so we're celebrating it today.
Yeah.
And he picked 10. It's going to be a two-part thing. He picked 10 songs. We're going to just do a second video as well. So this part's going to have 5 songs. And he's going to, before each song, going to briefly talk about how he got into this band or song and why he picked it for this show. So we're just going to hang out, talk a little bit, and then play these songs that he's picked. So the first song we got is by a Canadian band from Ottawa called Fist.
Right.
And the song is Fleet Street. So what was your reasoning for picking this?
I think what happened is I was searching for music, just randomly searching on YouTube or something, on Spotify or whatever. And then I ran into this guy who had nothing but Canadian music. Okay. And I remember I was doing some research on something, and I saw this band Fist, and I'm like, oh my God, this is kind of similar to the other band in Europe. So I'm like, this is interesting. I go, let me play some of this. So they only had 3 albums on there. So I was like, I tried another streaming service, and then I found more stuff. And I said to her, I'm going to listen to this one album, see how it is. And I was like, I heard the album, I heard the songs, and I noticed that the intro was kind of like theatrical, very musical. And then I realized, oh, it's Sweetie Todd, doing a tribute to Sweetie Todd and meat pies, or what do they call it? Human pies.
Human pies. Yeah, it's the whole story of Fleet Street, which I guess is where that whole incident happened, right? So.
Yeah, so they're talking about human pies and all that. It cracked me up, but the vocals were amazing and the guitar is great on this. Just listen to the song. I hope you like it.
It's a great fun song.
What year is that? I forgot. What year?
80s.
Yeah, like
81.
Yeah.
81. Yeah.
81. So could you imagine that? We would have probably been listening to it, but it didn't hit over here that much.
Yeah,
in America. So
we were just talking about the band before we went live too. So I'm kind of interested to explore the catalog a little bit,
Yeah.
Because I know this.
By the way, that's Matt Helm Jr.
And we will be playing this band again on our Canada Day Hangout. So not this song. So yeah, we're gonna get right into it. So it's Fleet Street. That's the song. So might want to share this first. Let's see, Fleet Street. Share. Got that. So there we go. Let me know that the audio is good.
All right.
Holmes, I think we've wandered somewhat off the beaten path.
Quite possibly, Watson. When the night fog sets in, it makes it a trifle hard to maintain one's intended course of direction.
Holmes, what was that?
Well, I'm certain it was nothing to fire one's blood over. Probably some drunkard lying in a darkened alley.
Oh, I certainly hope you're right.
Wait a minute, Watson. I know where we are now. I believe we've wandered onto Fleet Street.
Fleet Street. It seems to me I recall something of murders taking place around here.
Ah, yes. The case of the stained razor.
Oh, really, Holmes? Tell me more.
It seems there was a barber who lived in these parts. He was completely insane.
Yes. Do go on, Holmes.
Well, you see, Watson, the shave you received in his shop was rather closer than one could have originally anticipated.
I don't understand, Holmes.
Well, Watson, when his customers would sit comfortably in the chair and ready themselves for a shave,
Yes?
he'd take his razor and slit their throat.
Oh, I see. But that's abominable, Holmes.
Then, Watson, he'd cut up the bodies and use the flesh for pies.
Pies?
Yes, I believe they were called people pies. They were sold from the baker's shop next door.
Yes, that laughter again, Holmes. And it seems to be coming from that little shop over there.
Why, bless my soul, Watson. This is the very shop we've been talking about.
I think for our safety and my sanity, we'd best be leaving these parts, Holmes.
No, come, Watson. There's nothing to fear. Allow me to stimulate my curiosity by taking a look.
Coming up to Willing, a shake for a shilling. I'll shake it with these, sir. Coming up, you please, sir. My razor won't slip now. I'm holding the grip.
Yeah, so that was Fleet Street. I go back to there. People Pies, yep.
People Pies, baby.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so what'd you think of that?
Well, I like the song.
Oh, yeah,
I
I know,
I
right?
like that song. It's got that theatrical intro, you know? That
not as much guitar, right? It's more keyboard driven, but it's a fun, catchy song.
Yeah.
First time I heard that album, I was riding my bicycle. And I was like, what the hell?
Oh, you were heading down to the bakery, right?
Yeah, I was getting some people pies.
There you go.
Not the regular
DC
pies, but the people pies.
People
DC
Pies.
very
It's a great song, man. It's so catchy.
They were
Very
made
popular.
by people, for people, with people.
Yeah. And the funny thing is that this band, you don't hear about them, but you know,
No.
they're out there and they're good and they got a lot of great
Got like
songs.
so many albums.
Yeah, Fist.
Fist.
Go check them out.
I think
that album's called Fleet Street.
I think the generic name might have hurt them because there's a British band also called Fist.
Right.
Yeah.
But they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 albums.
Yeah.
A lot, man, for a band like that, you know.
10 actually. There's 10 albums. Wow.
And I think they're still together, right?
They're still together. Yeah.
Wow.
Ron Chenier Chenier. I'm not sure if it's his name. But yeah, they're from Ottawa.
Wow.
So our nation's capital, which is that's where they're from. So yeah, just good, solid like Canadian band. Every album is different, even like song to song. Like there's songs with like sax solos in them.
Yeah, it's a trippy band, and I like their sound, and it's just something different, you know. It's just, but they got that edge to them. They got that hard
Yeah,
edge.
it's fun. He's got a great voice.
Yeah,
He's got a great rock. He's got a good rock voice, Ron. So.
yeah.
So next one is going to be by Anvil, another Canadian. Your first 4, 5 are here are all Canadian that I got here. March of the Crabs. It's an instrumental song by Anvil from the 1982 album Metal on Metal, which I actually have.
Yeah.
So why did you pick this one?
Now I picked this one because when you talk about instrumentals, everybody always thinks about, you know, Metallica, Megadeth, or somebody other band, Metal Church, or whatever.
Yeah.
But when you hear this instrumental, you don't think about Anvil.
And for 1982, like it's this was before all the thrash took off. Like this is thrash metal before thrash, really. Like they were ahead of their time.
Yeah.
Like for 1982, it's really heavy. Especially the song. There's a song 666, which is just really, really heavy. But this is a heavy song too.
And I like the Mothra song.
Mothra. Oh, that whole album is great.
Mothra's a great song. I mean, God, you can write something like that. That's cool.
Rob Reiners is just a great drummer. Like his drumming, he's a fantastic drummer.
I think they don't get enough credit, and especially with the movie coming out and everything. Yeah. That whole movie opened them up to a lot of people.
Oh, they started opening for like AC/DC and stuff.
Yeah, and I think it just blew the doors open for them. But I really think that when we were growing up, when we were listening to them, the little stuff that we heard was already good. We liked it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I met the drummer and the guitar player.
Yeah.
They're in the crowd at like a Michael Schenker show that I was attending. I think that was the show. Yeah. Oh. I won't get into that too much because it was half good experience and half bad experience.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
I won't say who, but one of them wasn't exactly friendly, which sucks. But yeah, one was kind of friendly, one wasn't. I'm not going to really say who or anything, but yeah. I'll tell you off air, but yeah.
Well, let's play it.
So yeah, March of the Crabs is by Anvil from 1982's album Metal on Metal. Metal on Metal. So before we get to the stupid ad.
To get started in data analytics, you don't need previous experience or a degree. The Google Data Analytics Certificate will teach you to code in R,
Yeah, so that was March of the Crabs. Short little instrumental there, but yeah, great song.
Great song,
Shows
man.
how good players they were.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
From 1982, right?
82, yeah.
82, man.
Yeah, so here's your next
What
one.
about this one, huh?
Another Canadian band. Ernesto and his Violence today. Anvil, Exciter, and Fist.
We're all about violence.
You got Fist, Anvil, and Exciter. Jeez, calm down.
He's mad at his birthday. He's mad.
We're mad, and we're not taking it from anybody.
He's mad because it's belated.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
See, I knew BFO was going to take it.
Byron, if you want to come on, we'll give you the link.
Yeah, send him the link if he wants to come on and jam with us.
Yeah. He's rioting with music. You should have picked All Riot for this show.
I know, right? Dude. I was gonna pick some Riot, but I was like, oh, I want to do some Canadian bands. I want to do something different.
New York's close enough.
Yeah, I know. Well, the Exciter is totally different because when we were growing up, we'd go to the record stores, and of course, you'd see the album, right?
I love this song. Yeah, it's a great song.
So you'd see the album, and you'd think they were European. We didn't think they were Canadian.
Yeah.
And even this, time, like, I'm not just saying this because I'm Canadian, but yeah, I guess I sort of am.
Yeah.
A lot of these Canadian bands were ahead of the curve because this is 83?
Right.
Or 84. The first album was 83, but like that March of the Crabs, like that second Anvil album is basically thrash metal in 1982. Like they were so far ahead of the time. Even Violence and Force is heavy for 1982, 83.
Heavy.
Like, this is they did this before Slayer and Metallica. They were all influenced, and they took the name from the Priest song Exciter. So
yeah, it's a great album, and I'm telling you, when you're a teenager and you see that album, you're all excited. You're like, damn, I want to take this home and play it.
Well, it makes it great, and they're a 3-piece, and they got a singing drummer. Like it's insane.
Yeah.
You hear this guy's voice, and then you realize this is actually the drummer. So he's doing this crazy double bass drumming, and like he pulled it off live. The guy sounded just like the album, and would do this crazy double bass drumming as he's singing. It was just incredible to sit there and do that with your feet, both feet, and your hands going and singing. It's just nuts. Dan Beeler, underrated. Again, another. This band's from Ottawa as well, same place as Fist. So you got two bands from the nation's capital. Was that done on purpose?
No, not necessarily, but they're just great bands, you know?
Yeah. I've never seen them. I wish, but I wish
I wish I would have seen them.
They probably play here a lot, but I just never, for whatever reason, just never really seen them.
Yeah, it's just a great album, and intense, hard, heavy for that time.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we're gonna play this one. So we're song 3 here. So we got 2 more after this for this set. So we got lots of time to talk about it. But yeah, so Violence and Force by Exciter. So here we go. What an awesome song.
Damn, that's good.
Ernesto,
That's
I
good,
knew
man.
you wouldn't let me down with your picks, man.
Love that.
That's a war song, man. I want to go into war. I want to go in with that song.
I think that is the thing that is the drummer singing too. Like it's nuts
Yeah.
to pull that off live. And there's old
Oh,
footage
yeah,
in the back, and there's old footage. It's not the best quality, but like you watch it like in the early '80s when they're playing that live. Guy could sing that and play drums at the same. It was just incredible.
And I wouldn't even say they're kind of punkish because I don't like to compare punk and metal.
Yeah, they're not really punkish. No, I wouldn't say that.
But they got that vibe, you know, that hard vibe that a lot of people didn't, you know, like when they used to say, oh, Motorhead sounds punk and this and that, but they're not punk, they're rock and roll.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And so people always used to do those comparisons. But when you listen to that song, you're like, damn, this is hard, man. This is hard for that year.
Nobody in Canada really doing that besides them guys, huh? Well, Anvil, I mean. But
yeah.
But these
that's
guys
that's heavier than Anvil, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's just, I'm telling you, that's a great song. And they had all these albums, you know. Huh?
3 great ones in a row.
Yeah. I'm telling you, a lot of the good songs, man. Everybody's likes are different and stuff. And
oh, yeah.
I'm only talking about the songs that I like because some of them, like I said, I grew up with them and stuff. And, you know, they stick in your head, you know.
Do you have any of these on 8-track to show off?
No, I wish.
You don't have Violence and Force on 8-track? Come on.
No, but I do have Frank Marino.
Nice. Well, you're teasing. Did you get this one as a new release or no? Violence and Force. Did you hear this back then?
Back then I did, yeah. That was a long time ago, man, when it came out.
Like, where did you manage to hear that? Like, people in Canada never even heard this. So how did you?
We used to go to these record stores on Hollywood.
Yeah.
And it was a street called Melrose, and that's where all the record stores were back then.
Okay.
And if you wanted to go to a record store, you could go to Tower Records back then, but we used to go to the independent record stores.
Okay.
They were kind of cheaper. So we would go there and stuff, and that's where we would find these albums, you know?
Probably wouldn't have Exciter at Tower Records, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, Tower Records for us was a little farther out, so we would just go to the nearest place.
Right.
So that's why, you know?
Cool, man.
And
Nice.
you gotta remember, we were teenagers. We didn't have cars yet. we were just, you know, we were walking or on our bikes or taking the bus or something. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
So
you probably couldn't just walk in there. Do you have Violence and Force? They'd look at you and be like, police?
They're like, what? I mean,
next thing you know, you're in handcuffs.
Yeah, well, I mean, I remember when I bought the first Wasp single, you know, Fuck Like a Beast and all that. And it's like, back then, dude, you don't really think about that, you know, how crazy that was back then, you know?
Which is
now
that's tame compared to what comes out now. So
yeah, but it's still different. It was a different vibe back then, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
But that Exciter album was just, it was so good, man.
Oh yeah,
it's still good. What am I saying? Sorry, it's still good.
I got the first one, Heavy Metal Maniac, which is also great. But
yeah,
it's all great stuff.
All good stuff.
Underrated drummer vocalist, like so talented.
Yeah.
So the next one we got, this is Make Your Move by Kick-Axe, which my parents actually hung out with them and partied with them when they saw them in a small bar back in the 80s.
Really?
I guess they liked how much my parents were into it and just hung out with them the entire night. Yeah. So
now I could have picked the first album, which is the most popular one.
Vices. I love Vices. I think
Vices is a great album. That I remember buying that back then. But then I heard the second album, and I know it's a little commercial and it's a little like, you know, it's out of sometimes, but it's still a good album and
still good.
Yeah, it's still a great song too.
This is probably the deepest of deep tracks.
Yeah, it's a pretty deep track.
Album cover is very odd with these people with like fans for heads. Yeah. That's so strange.
Yeah, that's such a strange cover.
Weird. I like it though. People would say it's bad. It's very strange.
Yeah, and
welcome to the club. Yeah.
And it's funny because when I was looking for Canadian music, I remember hearing this album, and I'm like, I remember this band, you know. It
Yeah.
took me back to like the beginning to where Vices came out, because Vices was the biggest thing back then when it came out. It was like, oh wow, this is cool. And that's another band that we didn't think it was Canadian. Isn't that weird?
And they're from like Saskatchewan, which is like a very non-populated part of Canada outside
Yeah.
like the big cities. Like it's a very odd place for a band. Like there's no bands from there.
Yeah.
They're easily the most well-known one from that province. So it's
And I would even go as far as to say it's very AOR, which I don't like using that word that much, but
yeah,
it's
a little bit on this song. Yeah,
A
it's
little.
a little bit. I don't know. It's to me, it's still a heavy metal song.
Yeah.
Do you ever
What do you
hear Do you ever hear when they did a theme song for an old Transformer movie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
For the
with
first
my
one.
name, right? Or something.
But because the name is Kick-Axe, they didn't feel it was an appropriate name for a kids movie for Transformers, so they went by the name Spectre General.
Oh, okay.
And there's a song called
Didn't,
Nothing's Gonna Stand in Our Way, and it's actually
didn't
a really good song.
Didn't that
Yeah.
King Cobra band do that song too on one of their albums? or
I
something?
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. I think I'm Ready to Strike it's on that. I think.
Yeah.
They're a great band. They're still together, but not the original singer. He's not there anymore. Actually, that's weird. They have a weird history. So technically, the singer that's with them now is their original singer.
Right.
He left before they recorded their first album. So he hadn't actually sang on any of the albums. And then when I guess they did a reunion, they brought him back. So he's not actually, the singer they have now is not actually singing on any of the albums except for, I guess, the most recent one
Right.
that they did. So he's technically the original singer, but didn't record like the classic material with them. 'Cause
Yeah.
he left before that.
Yeah.
There's not very many cases with bands like that when you think about it. That
No.
that would be like Priest bringing back Al Atkins or something.
Yeah.
It's very strange. Like you don't really have bands bringing back their original singer, but left a guy that's left before they recorded.
Yeah, I can think of a few like on the first album, and then they come
Yeah.
back later, but nobody like before
Yeah.
they made the album. That's kind of
Right.
Yeah, it's very strange. Because I think the guy that the singer that sang on the 3 like classic era albums or whatever, he ended up becoming, I think he took over his dad's car dealership, so he's just
Oh wow.
busy with that. So he's like a car dealer. But
Yeah. But they were big, man, in the 80s. They were big.
yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know?
They had a few music videos that were pretty fun. They kind of tried to jump on the MTV thing. It's a really funny video for On the Road to Rock, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
which is hilarious.
And then you talked about briefly
Yeah,
about the tribute they did.
So I was wrong about that. But they ended up covering what song? With a Little Help from My Friends from the same album, Welcome to the Club.
yeah.
And there's like a whole bunch of guest stars. Like you'd have to know who they are, but like there's like 50 people like all doing background vocals. You'll see them, but like there's Lee Aaron does lead vocals on it. Like you'll hear her at one point. Who else is on there? Rick Emmett from Triumph is on guitar.
You know, like the Canadian version of Stars a little bit.
Basically, it's like this whole like Canadian thing of Welcome to the Club, and you got Alfie Zappacosta. I don't know if anyone knows who that is, but there's like Cindy Valentine. These are like I'm just name dropping here some of the people that were on it.
Yeah.
These were like local Canadian, just a bunch of people.
Somebody from Coney Hatch too, right?
Oh, yeah, Andy Curran was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a bunch
And I was gonna pick some Coney Hatch, but I'm like,
Oh, man.
I just
Would have loved that.
yeah, I was going to.
Monkey Bars.
Whoa, dude, that's my son's favorite song.
Really?
Yeah.
Because of the monkey chanting part?
I think it was just because it was just an easy song to learn.
Your younger son or your older son?
No, my youngest.
Your young. Wow, that's funny. That's really
Yeah, really love that song, man.
funny.
Crazy, right?
There you go. You're turning them on to good music at a young age.
Oh yeah, I got a picture of him. I gotta send it to you when he's 3 years old. I'm not shitting you. 3 years
Wow.
old, he's holding the album. At 3
That's
years
awesome.
old.
That's awesome.
Crazy,
in, 2020,
right?
in 2022.
Oh,
That's funny.
man.
That's
Crazy.
funny. That's awesome.
But yeah, I wanted to, but I mean, I just wanted to mix it up differently this time. So
Probably went to school. Have you heard this Monkey Bar song? Is that by Taylor Swift? Is that by Ed Sheeran? No, it's
Mr.
Coney Hatch. Who the hell is Coney Hatch?
I know, right?
Who named their kid Coney?
Tony. Tony.
It's actually an insane asylum in England, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great band. But what's the next one we're playing?
So yeah, "Make Your Move" by Kick-Axe is the from Welcome to the Club. So
went on a Coney Hatch.
Yeah, Coney Hatch 10. So we got there we go. Yeah, there's the album cover. You got
best cover ever.
Weird cover with these fans sitting, these oscillating fans right? Sitting there, and they're. I guess they're still supposed to be a couple because one's got a chest.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really weird. I don't know. It's very strange. There's this kid like in the hallway.
Cover, yeah.
Welcome to the club. I don't. It doesn't even really
looks hypnosis kind of, you know.
And it says like Hellraiser's fan club.
Oh wow.
Joker.
I didn't even notice that.
The newspaper says Joker at large. Can't really read it, but yeah. You got it's really strange. But I kind of like it. I kind of like it. It's so weird, but like
it is.
It's catchy.
What year did
it catches your eye? 85. I'd say 85. Hold on. Kick-Axe. Welcome.
Was it 85 or 84?
I think Vice's was 84. So.
Oh, okay.
85. Yeah.
Tell Ken we're gonna play some Frank Marino soon.
We are gonna be playing
Frank Marino, man.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the lineup. We're not going to play Welcome to, or with a little help from my friends, but here's some, additional musicians. It had Spencer Prophet on keyboards.
Oh, really?
He's pretty well known.
Wow.
Percussions and keyboards. Rick Emmett, Elfie Zappacosta, Lee Aaron, John Albany, who was Lee Aaron's guitar player and was in the band Rabbit.
Oh, wow.
Andy Curran, Sharon Elton, and Brian Allen from the band Toronto.
Uh-huh.
Cindy Valentine, Ava Cherry, I'm not sure who that is. Bob Sagarini. There's a bunch of just...
Wow.
Yeah, just a bunch of random like Canadian musicians singing on it. So,
did they ever do like a Canadian Serenade?
I guess you could. There was there was one called "Tears Are Not Enough." There was a song.
Oh, really?
The group was called Northern Lights. It's kind of a ballad. It's okay, but it's got like all of these famous Canadian musicians singing on it. But yeah,
really. You're gonna have to find that track. I want to hear it. Northern
Lights. It's an okay song. I think it was for famine in Africa or something.
Oh, really?
Tears Are Not Enough in Ethiopia. That came out in 1985. Funny enough.
Wow.
The supergroup. How did we get into the? Yeah, so these are the vocalists: Gordon Lightfoot, Burton Cummings, Anne Murray, Joni Mitchell, Dan Hill, Neil Young, Brian Adams, Corey Hart, Bruce Cockburn, Geddy Lee, and Mike Reno.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that's a big list. Good.
It's a big list. They got Paul Hyde, Murray McLaughlin. I don't know if you're gonna know any of these people. Ronnie Hawkins. There's chorus members too. There's people singing in the chorus. Alan Thicke, Aldo Nova.
Alan Thicke.
Andy Kim. Catherine O'Hara. Oh yeah, because there's spoken word stuff. Eugene Levy.
Oh wow.
Ian Thomas, John Candy, Kim Mitchell.
Candy.
Oscar Peterson's playing piano on it. Tom Cochran. Jim Valance is playing drums. Bob Rock is playing.
Bob Rock
is the engineer. Like it's this big, huge.
Oh man.
But yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, we're gonna get it to "Make Your Move" here by Kick-Axe. Yeah, we're just trying to delay time because we got 20 minutes left still in this set of songs with this and one more song. So.
Logan, you have anything to say? I mean, Matt Helm Jr.
Matt Helm
ain't got nothing to say. No, I'm
what?
We're here to kick some axe. So yeah.
Kick some axe.
Yeah. So make your move. So yeah, enjoy.
Out of
That was Make Your Move. Cool, fun,
Yeah.
catchy.
Very
Good
catchy.
song, man.
Very catchy
I'm kind
stuff.
of more familiar with the first album, to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But give the second album a try. You might
Yeah, I
like
need
it.
to listen to it, yeah. But like the third one's got like what, a guitar going through the earth or something on the cover.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
rock,
yeah.
rock the world. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely haven't ever heard that.
Yeah.
I guess I'm more of a first album guy with these guys. But yeah, I'll
Yeah.
check out that album. That song was pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess
yeah,
you
for
have, to, you have to be Canadian to know this.
I guess. Well, you're not.
or Ernesto for some reason. Ernesto's an honorary Canadian,
I am. I got
all the way from California.
all the way from California. They
You're
let
not
me
even
in.
you're not even near any of these places. These so far we got Ottawa, we got Toronto, Ottawa, Saskatchewan, and then the next band is also from Toronto. So you're not even anywhere near any of these
I
places.
know. Isn't that great?
It's funny.
Well, I mean, it's funny because
Send
you
us
know,
some
like I said,
maple syrup.
when we were growing up, we were listening to all these bands, and we didn't even know half of the bands that were from Canada. We thought they were from Europe.
Well, you
Yeah.
probably just pick stuff up, and you probably didn't
Or,
know.
or you just assume like they're American or something, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like a lot of people when we were growing up, a lot of people thought Queensryche was European.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes sense.
You know, so it's kind of weird like that. You know.
Well, this next one's actually got captioning enabled, so you'll actually have the lyrics popping up for it.
Oh, nice.
How accurate it'll be, we'll see.
Sing along.
Yeah.
I met the singer from this band, so the band is Killer Dwarfs. The song is Coming Through. I met the singer because he was singing for Moxie. I've seen Moxie 3 times, and each time they had a different singer singing for them. They were all from like other Canadian bands, but I did see them with the singer from Killer Dwarfs. Super nice guy, and I felt tall next to him because he is short.
Right.
That's why they I think all 4 or 5. I'm trying to think how many band members they have, but I think all of them are like 5'2" to like 5'4".
Really?
They're all short, so they decided with the name Killer Dwarfs.
But
And
they're
then-
not related, right?
No, none of them are related. They all went
Okay.
with the names, like the singer went with as Russell Dwarf. There was Mike Dwarf. They all
Yeah,
went by
yeah.
these.
There was this rumor going around that they were related. back
No,
then.
no, there's no relation.
No,
No, there's no
I'm
relation.
sure,
Yeah, Killer Dwarfs, great band. They got some great stuff.
Great stuff.
They go back to like '83, their first album.
Right.
This is from one of their, I guess, late Dirty Weapons. This is from the album Dirty Weapons. That song
Yeah.
was a pretty big hit for them.
Dirty Weapons, but the main single was that what's that one?
Oh, Keep the Spirit Alive.
Was that the one?
Keep
No, the
this-
other one.
Yeah, that was the big hit. Was Keep the
That was
Spirit.
the hit?
Yeah, sneezy, dopey bad. And the singer's kind of gimmick, I guess, what he would do, he would ride around on a little tiny red tricycle. There's
Oh,
video
really?
of it, even during when they did a reunion. You look it up. It's like in the early 2000s. He's riding around on they're doing Keep the Spirit Alive. He's riding around on this little red tricycle, and then at
Yeah.
one point he gets off of it and just smashes it on stage. And
Oh, cool.
and when I met him opening for Moxie, I asked him like after the show. I got a picture with him and was talking to him for 2 seconds. I told him I was like, "Oh, you should have smashed you should have had the tricycle. You should have busted out the tricycle and smashed it." And he laughed. He's like, "Ah, maybe if he comes see Killer Dwarfs, he'll see that, but I don't think we're gonna do that tonight."
Wow. Well, that's cool that you met them.
He was super. He was a super nice guy, the singer. Yeah, very friendly. And it's
Yeah.
funny. I messaged him on Facebook before the show because he had Facebook. I messaged him. I said, "Hey, are you gonna be like taking pictures or signing anything like after the show?" He's like, "Oh yeah, for sure. Come by and say hi. I'll be walking in the crowd." He's like, "Yeah, it's fine." Because again, this was like in some small little thing. It's one of those things where you're basically on the stage. There's
Yeah.
like it's not like you pretty much right there. So
Yeah.
and then I go to the show. I'm just kind of like sitting at this table, like having food before the show starts. And so they go on, and he looks over, and I guess he recognized me from my profile picture. And
Right.
he points over. He's like, "Hey, you're that guy from Facebook, aren't you?" I'm like, "What? Like, what the hell?" I thought it was so cool. The fact that he even like rang. I was like, "Wow, this guy actually recognized me from." Like, "You're that guy that messaged me from Facebook, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah."
That's cool.
He's like, "Make sure he's like, yeah, I'll meet you after the show." Yeah, he was a super nice guy, no ego, just very, very friendly.
And that's another thing about this band is that you didn't really hear about them until their singles came to the States, you know, like Dirty Weapons. They played Dirty Weapons on the radio. I can't think of the other song that they sing, but it's like a ballad besides the one you said.
Oh my God. Well, Keep the Spirit Alive is not really a ballad. It's kind of a upbeat.
The other one, I can't think of the song, but it's a really ballady type song.
They got pretty heavy. They had some heavier stuff. This is a good rocking song too.
Do you remember which one it is?
I'm trying to think of what song you're thinking. The ballad. Killer Dwarfs.
Let me see.
Is it Lonely Road?
Let's see here. I'll know it as soon as I hear it. Oh my God.
I'm going through.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
That one was like heavy rotation on the radio.
Really?
That was like a ballady type song, and they would always play it in American radio.
Really? I don't know how much that got played. I know Dirty Weapons was a big hit here. The title.
Dirty Weapons was good. It's a little heavier, but compared to Doesn't Matter, which is more like a ballady song. Well, and that's why I didn't pick it because it's been played on the radio too much. No. At least that was the song that they played from that album.
Yeah.
You know? So I wanted something heavier.
Yeah. Oh, singer was great band, even live. And they actually, I think it was on this tour. Don't quote me on that, but they did open up for Maiden, and they did a whole tour with them.
Oh wow!
There's footage of them playing a prank on Maiden.
Oh yeah.
Look it up, y'all. You know what? At the end of this, at the very end, when we're done, I'll show the YouTube footage of it. It's so funny.
Oh, okay.
So they're opening for Maiden, and I can't remember what's going on. I think they're doing like the solo. So Bruce isn't actually Bruce might be singing, but at one point you see, I think it's the drummer.
Yeah.
He runs on stage completely naked.
Oh wow!
And runs behind the drum kit, and he's while Maiden's doing their set. Oh, and then Bruce runs up to him and grabs him and is trying not to touch the dude because he's naked and trying to shove him off stage. Man. They didn't get thrown off the tour. Like the Maiden had a sense of humor about it. They were like, whatever. Yeah, it was just Killer Dwarfs just screwing with them. So funny. Yeah, I'll show that footage after. It's so funny. Oh my god. Yeah. Don't worry, it's censored. You're not gonna see any.
Yeah. For Logan's eyes.
Killer Dwarf wing. I don't need to see that.
Yeah, his little dwarf.
Little dwarf.
Oh my god, it's funny. So yeah, the song is coming through. So yeah, after this, we're gonna wrap it up, and then we're gonna end up. Oh my god, well that's disappointing. And then we're gonna do part 2. We're gonna have a second video. We can just continue. So yeah, we're gonna end this set with Killer Dwarfs coming through. So we get the thing here. Oh, there we go. We got Sorry, I clicked mute on the actual video. I meant to click mute on my So another great one there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
Just fun. It's heavy, but it's like melodic. It's catchy and memorable. You can sing along to it.
Oh, I do all the time in my car, dude.
Look, we're selling music. You licked it.
Man, you licked it, Steven? Calm down.
How'd you lick the song?
But your mom asked me if I was familiar with Killer Dwarfs, which I'm not.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That song you played in your car, dude, it's just so catchy. You can sing along to it, and it's heavy as hell. It sounds good.
Yeah.
It's just a perfect song, dude.
Great vocals, great guitars.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Dirty Weapons is a great song, too.
Yeah, I think it was this tour that got them with Maiden, this album that got them booked with Maiden. So 1990.
Yeah.
So this would have been
No Prayer or something.
I think they were on the No Prayer tour. Yeah.
Would this be the one? What do you guys? What do you think?
Huh?
Album wise, what do you think this would be the one?
It's actually really all their material. Even the first album was just self-titled. I have the first album. There's some songs in there. His vocals might be a bit much. He goes really, really high pitch on some of it, and it's like, whoa. There's a song called "Heavy Metal Breakdown," and his voice is really, really, really. He makes Halford sound like, I don't know, Barry White.
But
like, there's some songs where he's just hitting really, really high notes. Yeah.
Don't you think this was the most commercial album for them?
I think for whatever reason I like the debut the most because it almost it's 83, but it has that 70 sound to it.
Right.
It almost has a 70 sound.
Well, the only reason I say that is this album got played on the radio here.
But this is still a great album. Like all their albums are really good.
It got played a lot, and I'm not even talking about Dirty Weapons or the one that we just played.
Yeah.
They used to play Doesn't Matter a lot.
Really?
It got boring after a while.
Yeah, I can see that. But.
It's like listening to Tom Sawyer over and over and over. I don't want to hear Tom Sawyer. And when they play, when you listen to Coming Through and Dirty Weapons, you're like, oh man, you know what I mean?
See, I like Dirty Weapons. I don't mind hearing that.
No, I don't mind either. But I mean, I don't want to hear It Doesn't Matter. It Doesn't Matter is a great ballad, but I don't want to hear it over and over.
It doesn't matter to you. Yeah, you don't want to hear it.
It's in the title.
It's too ballady. It's like I don't want to hear it. I want to hear something hard, heavy. You know, I want to hear.
I think I'm going to listen to this one. Probably.
Yeah, listen to it.
Yeah. They're all good albums.
I mean, you saw the lyrics. The lyrics are not clean. Those are some dirty lyrics.
I don't know what he's singing. Well, they're very like. There's a lot of like anti-war songs and stuff like that. Well, the song "Dirty Weapons" alone.
Oh, it makes sense. They toured with Maiden, kind of have that.
Yeah.
History, kind of.
Yeah, because they're giving them a break. They're on tour with Maiden. I mean, come on, who doesn't want that break? You know.
Yeah. So we're gonna end this one, and we're gonna head on over to the next one. It's supposed to start in a minute. So, "Dirty Weapon," dirty lyrics. Yeah.
Yep. Pretty much.
They're not talking about those. They're not talking about that dirty weapon.
No.
Talking about literal weapons, missiles, and yeah. So yeah, we're gonna end this set, and we'll be right back in just a minute. So thanks for watching this, and hop on to the next stream.